Hi there. In this video we will be taking a look at this Tefal electric pressure cooker, 6 liter I don't know, volume, and hopefully the manual is better on this one than on the air fryer that I checked last. That was really bad. So let's see. So it's for DIY chefs. Okay, if they say so. Recipe book included. I don't think you can see that. So that should be good. Fast and easy, 25 programs. Okay. 4 to 6 persons. We are 4, so that should be good. 24-hour what? Hey, keep warm. Okay, that's nice. Dishwasher safe accessories, good. 10 safety mechanisms. Okay. 25 cooking programs, delayed start, that's good. 40 unique recipes in the recipe book that it's included. I like what I see up until now. Let's open the box up. I'm going to try and tilt it so I give you a bit info in here. 1000 to 1200 watts. This is the model, APC06, made in China, as everything is. So let's get inside the box. Hopefully a bit smaller the product than the box itself. Let's get to unboxing this. Yep, ripping it apart. Ooh, safety valve, probably. I haven't seen a pressure cooker since the childhood when they were basically aluminum with some kind of rubber seal and a safety valve which, in case it failed, it propelled the top directly on the ceiling and the whole room was covered in food. Not fun at all. We had it happen once. You know what? This strikes me as quite a serious product, honestly. It seems that from here you unlock it and lock it. Okay. Let's peel off this. That was nice. Now this is an idea after fidget spinners and pop-it toys. A peel-off thing. Okay. So, again, telling us soup, rice, meat, vegetables, fish, desserts. Okay, okay. I know. This can do everything. This I don't like. Do you see it? The sticker on the front is basically peeling off from the edges. Hopefully after I push it in place it will stay there. Sometimes it's just not properly pushed from the factory. We'll see. That, yeah, wasn't quite good, but anyway, there's that. This is not something that you can just get up and go. Connection. Wait a second. Where's my cable? Are you kidding me? Ah, it should be inside. Sorry, don't mind the idiot. We have here the seal. Yep, this looks like some kind of safety. Jesus, I'm not even going to guess. It's... What is this then? Okay. This is not a toy. This is a complex product. Hopefully not that complex that we will end up not really properly using because it's too fiddly to set up. I hate those things that try to do too much. Honestly, I'm telling you, at this point I'm quite nervous because we've had things before that just tried to do a bit of everything and at the end failed miserably. It was just too complex to set up. You never remembered the exact steps. You needed to always search for the manual, and it was yikes. So the pot itself seems to be non-sticky with some markings on it. Okay, what do we have in here? Okay-ish, I guess. This is much more involved. Just let me show this to my wife. She has no idea what she bought, honestly. I'm quite sure she expected something decently simple. Doesn't look like it up until now. At least I know how to plug in the cable, because it's the same cable that's used on PCs, and it's plugged in. Hopefully you can see it there. So that went easy. Jesus. Whew. Okay, let me try and figure it out. What's manual, what's instructions, what's useless, what's important. What? Okay. Now I'm thinking that they expect you to stick this onto it, basically in your mother tongue. So you have a reference. Yeah, we can do that. This is gonna be a long video. So basically now you have Google Translate right next, telling, why did this happen? This should not happen. If I start at one end, it should go fairly straight. So maybe because of the curvature. Jesus, not sticking, even sticking the label is complicated on this. Let's go from the middle. And from the middle, we go nicely to the exterior. Okay. I'm guessing we are good now. So don't need this anymore. Get out of the way. Hopefully I can get rid of unimportant things as soon as possible, so this looks way less intimidating than it does now, at least for me. This is the recipe book. Okay, this is big, but it needs to have many languages in. So a recipe in itself seems to be about this big. Yeah, that's acceptable. Okay, I like this. Yeah, I can say I really like this chicken soup. It's telling you exactly what to do with it. Okay, yep. This I dig. This international warranty, yeah, go away. And this is the manual itself. This is what's going to be interesting. Let me give it a quick browse and get back to you. Okay, this is going to go in a different way than most videos go. I'm not going to try and figure out directly from the start exactly how to truly use this thing, because it has too many modes. It's much too complicated. It seems, what I can tell you from now, this you cannot put in the dishwasher. This internal pot you cannot put in the dishwasher. These accessories right here you can put in the dishwasher. But for everything else, I think we are going to start slowly and go from there. Because it seems that pressure cooking is just a part of what this can do. So rice, oatmeal, baby food, bake, DIY, I'm guessing you set whatever you want. Stew, steam, brown, simmer, slow cook, reheat. These are independent of pressure cooking. So we might not use the pressure cooking side of things that much. We might use the other things more on this, honestly. So yeah, I guess I'm going to learn this together with you when we start using it on various. Maybe I will make some rice first and stuff like that, because this is a thick manual, and in the nice way that they have, they use a lot of pictures and they just refer to them later on, so it's gonna be annoying. Yeah, anyway, looks good, feels good, but this is not a walk in the park. Why are you not even closing now? What did I do wrong? Are you kidding me? Ah, Jesus. Did I rotate it and open it up when I shouldn't have? It was probably at the limit. Ah, it rotated while it was up and it wasn't going anywhere. Normally it should lock, but why didn't it lock? You can see, so it should be like this and it should lock. It should not allow rotation, but it's locking only from, let me see. If you are here, it's allowing you to, no, it's not allowing you to open it up. If you start rotating it from here, then you can be already rotated and not locked. It's, yeah. Whew. Steam button on up top. Yeah. I'm not normally hesitant about using all sorts of technology, but this just does seem to have too many things on. Jesus, what's that? Manual time, lot of manual time this time seems. A good while later, we have enough courage to test this thing for the first time. Hopefully after that all will go easier. Washed all of these things, but they will not be used. This thing, we do need to use it the first time, so just plug it in here, and it basically catches the condensation. There's a hole in here from all around this thing and gathers it in here, and after you're finished you need to take it out, drain it and clean it again. These things, again, for what we are doing, we are trying to make cabbage rolls. This is not needed. Put in the pot, that's also washed, so be back in a second. Okay, this is again washed. Put it back in here and yeah, start to fill it. By the recipe somewhat in the book, but we are using our own, mostly only for starting this thing we are using what's in the book. These are the cabbage rolls that I'm talking about. We will be skipping this browning part at the start and just start from here, because this is similar to the recipe that we are normally using. So we are kind of doing only that, ignoring this because we never do this normally. Put everything in here. As you can see, I think we have about 20 of these. We didn't put the tomato juice in there. And I want to show you a few of the features. So this thingy is the floating valve. This thing will actually go into a hole on the cover. When this is locked and it's under pressure, this is being pushed by the pressure, so it will not allow us to unlock this. Here we have the pressure regulating valve, which is on top. We'll see from the other side also. And here we have the overpressure, which we kind of need to make sure that it's working, and it is working, it's moving. And that we will also see from the other side. So yeah, at this point I think we can basically close this thingy, lock it in place. This is the overpressure, this is the pressure regulating valve. and it needs to be right here. When we will push at the end like this, it will open it up and steam will come out. Maybe even if it goes a bit over pressure, maybe even when cooking. And yeah, normally when there's pressure inside, this will not be allowed by the thing that I showed you that will enter in this area right here. So yeah, and beware when cleaning this, it scratches easily. So there's that. Let's see how we can basically plug this in and start it. I think we closed the lid too early. It has a sensor and the recipe tells us to close it after. So, pressure cook. I think we need to... Hey, did not say anything about low pressure, high pressure or medium pressure. Okay, I guess we have just pressure cook. Let me check the manual again. Okay, back. Recipe does not say anything about that. So, again, standby, pressure cook. We are going to go with medium. No, I think that's medium, only with that. Time, probably from this, 30 minutes, that's okay. Flickering is not seen in person, only on video. Now we close it. Closed from the top, it beeped at us, and this is also the start button. Yeah, I know. And in theory, it's cooking, I think. It's weird that it doesn't make any noise, but yeah. 1 or 2 minutes in, it's still showing this, the rotating circle, but it's starting to make noises. So probably when it will reach a certain temperature, we'll see the timer starting to decrease in here. About 5 minutes later, still no timer. There's pressure coming out of that, and it just stopped, so it pushed it up, and now there should be starting to build up pressure inside, and probably it will show us here. Yeah, exactly, just showed it. So we have medium pressure at the moment, and now timer started. So yeah, wait almost between 5 to 10 minutes until the timer actually starts, and now it's cooking. Okay, so this is cooking, doesn't emit anything. I started the air extractor just because I'm used to having it started when we are cooking something. It's warm, but it doesn't burn me, so does not create a lot of heat in the room. This thing is starting to warm on me. I'm starting to slowly like it, but keep in mind it's a steep learning curve into learning how to use it, and we will see later how to clean it and maintain it. But yeah, normally I'm so skeptical about it because we had one of the simple ones, full aluminium, back in the day when aluminium was used for cooking. Because of a manufacturing defect, it blew up. It blew up, but luckily it hit the wall and didn't burn anybody, didn't hit anybody in our house. But yeah, that's why I'm quite nervous around the pressure cookers. But it seems this one has a lot of safety features, and up until now seems to be working. Now that we learned partially at least how to use it and operate it. It beeped at 20 minutes mark. Maybe at 10 minutes will beep again, we'll see. I wasn't around for the 10-minute mark. I don't know if it beeped then, but for sure it beeped a few times when it went to 0. So in theory it's done. You can see a bit of bubbling in there. And now normally we just press this thing and some steam will come out of there. So yeah. We are releasing the pressure from inside. Maybe you can't hear me. We are releasing the pressure from inside this. Change the hand, because when I opening this thing, I want my hand to be on top of this in case something jumps out. Almost no sound when pressing, so in theory we don't have pressure inside anymore. it allows us to unlock. You could hear the beep. And ooh, normally I would have the extractor on to get all of this, but probably you cannot hear me well, but this look good. Let's test. Tested one, we would say it's about 98% okay, maybe just a little more, I don't know, 33 minutes, 35 minutes, or allow the pressure to be at high. Maybe it was not okay that we set it at medium, maybe at high it would have cooked them just a tiny bit better. Only the cabbage, it's just a little bit undercooked. The meat and rice and whatnot inside, they are perfect, so they absolutely no issue. So yeah, and in cleanliness terms, this thing did not get dirty at all. So cleaning it's way less of a problem than I anticipated, at least for something like this. If it's something that splatters, yeah, then you have an issue, but for something like this, it will be easy to clean. But I will show you that in about 2 hours or something like that, when everything is really cooled down. For you, obviously next, for me 2 hours. But yeah, now I think this is the way to shut it off. Long press, short press, long press. Or do I need to press cancel? Yeah, it was cancelled. So it ignored this. And now if I long press this, probably it will fully shut off. And now I can also unplug it. A while later, moved all of the food. This is cooled down, so we can take this out and clean it. Make sure you do not scratch the coating, that would be a really bad day. And this thingy, at this point, to disassemble it and clean it, we undo this. It might fall or might not, okay. It has a silicone ring on one of the sides, so that one always needs to be touching the metal. So don't put this in reverse, it's not going to seal. So obviously that one needs to be cleaned. And let's take this to the side. We pop this thingy out. Once this is popped out, this comes, so we can clean both of those. Make sure the hole itself is cleaned in there. What else? That one we need to just make sure that it's still working and it's not dirty with anything. This thing is cleaned, so no issue whatsoever there. And on the other side, we simply pull on this. It has a spring, and also clean this thing and dry it out. And yeah, then just put everything else together. Obviously wipe this. Oh, forgot something actually. This also needs to be cleaned to make sure that that shouldn't have been dropped in there. To make sure that it can still seal properly next time. And this is a replacement part that you normally should replace every 2 years, maybe even more often, depending on how much you use it. And also we need to pull this thing out of here. Didn't really catch anything, so I think this time we are good. Nothing came in here. You can see it was beginning, so we need to wipe this down nicely with a cloth. Also in here. But yeah, overall not as difficult as I initially thought. So my opinion on this thing is actually becoming better and better. Actually, I shouldn't put this in here until we clean this area. So yeah, clean everything and then let's put them back together. Starting to put this back together, make sure this hole right here is clean, and it is, which is perfect. This pops in right there and it works exactly as expected. Now let's see this thingy with the side that needs to get the rubber on it. Goes down, then hold on to it, rotate everything, and now it will probably drop because why wouldn't it? Let me try and somehow hold this while also filming and also assembling. Okay, rubber is in place. This is ready to be put in there like that, but I need to first put the seal all around. Next step, put this seal. It should have been dried up, but it will dry up by itself. Everything in here normally should be non-rusting materials, because otherwise this would be a big problem. I will leave it open, we will not close it overnight, so it will dry up by itself. Now with this we need to insert it onto this thingy, which also has a seal on it on the other side, which is perfect. Orientation, just make sure this at the end ends up somewhat in this area, so this kind of gives you the orientation of it, and it's in there. And now I need to put this in. Hopefully I can do it with one hand, and I think I can. Yeah, it's going in place. Don't over tighten it. It's done. This is in place, and in theory this thingy is now ready for a new job, which probably will be happening tomorrow. Forgot, I actually took this off, so I'm putting it also back. It's done. And it's the next day, and we already want to make more, and we are going to try and make rice with milk. In theory we don't need to do any more of the spinning around in it, so that will be much easier. This is the recipe. I think we'll skip on some of the ingredients. We are just making it simple, so yeah, let's put everything basically in. And as you can see in here, they tell us to choose medium pressure. So for cabbage rolls, I think it was not a good idea to choose medium. It should remain to what it's originally set. Probably it was on high. So yeah, let's do this. All the ingredients are in. In the end, I skipped only on the vanilla. I actually put raisins. So yeah, let's close this thingy. Closed. Make sure that this is in its proper position. Plug this thing in. It's not plugged in yet. So yeah, there's that. It's on. Pressure cook. We need to be on medium pressure. So this is medium, this is low, this is high, this is medium again. And 15 minutes. So timer 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, let's go, I don't know, 18 minutes. I think it's okay. Oh, I forgot about it. Actually, now we should have closed on the lid. I always close it sooner than I need to. It beeped, it's happy now. Press start. Okay. Again, wait for it to be done at this point. And the timer has started. We are at medium pressure. Let's see how it goes. It finished 6 minutes ago. I wasn't here. So yeah, press the button again. Wait until all pressure is released, and only then open this up. Pressure is released. We can press cancel, and again no pressure. Yeah, I think I'm on the wrong side. Does not allow me to... if it sometimes locks, that wasn't lowered all the way, but we don't have any more pressure. So you go back and then come like this, and it will allow you to open it. Let's see what's in here. Hey, doesn't allow me... I wasn't... If you are not fully to the right, it will not allow it to lift. And that looks good. And a lot of water drip down in this, which will be caught by the tray on the other side. Also, some of it is down there, which I need to wipe, but this looks good. Okay, we tested this. It's really good. Maybe just a tiny bit more sugar than we are used to, but that's easily adjustable for the next time. But the way it's cooked, the rice, it's absolutely perfectly done. So yeah, we are liking this thing more and more. This time this got almost full, but most of what's in here, if not all, happens when you actually open the lid, and I made sure I inclined everything to collect it in here. So then I can just take this out and throw it away and clean it and put it back. A few days later, we are getting brave. So I wondered, what if I could make baked potatoes in this thing really quickly? Obviously it has a bake function, so it could make them in normal baking time, but why not make them with steam and pressure and much faster? So I searched a little bit online. I will link the video in the description that I found how to do this. You put 1 cup of water, the big type, but I don't want my potatoes reaching in here, so this is coming out, and I need to put tripod in and this thing on top of it. And now I will arrange my potatoes and get back to you. All potatoes are in here. That's the level. We are just a tiny bit above it with some of this, but these things will not grow like rice, so we shouldn't affect anything, I think. The lady in that video talks about pounds and quarters, and I have no freaking clue what that means. I'm European, we use metric here. So let me actually not close the lid, only put it down, plug this in and get back to you. She does not have a Tefal, but pressure cooking is pressure cooking in my opinion. So we are going to be using pressure cook. She says on high, so that's normal. 4 times she says 16 minutes for what she has in there, but I think we have more. So maybe 17 or 18 minutes should be good. And now what do we do next? I think we close this thingy. It beeped at me, and I think we are doing it. So hopefully it works out. Let me assure I closed this thingy. Yeah, it's closed because we are using pressure. So let's wait until this finishes and hopefully something good comes out. Well, it's doing it. Something is happening inside of there, I can hear it, but I cannot believe I forgot to tell you, poke the potatoes. Make sure you poke them with a fork all around so they don't blow up, like you would do in an oven. There's no difference in here. Another thing, this that we managed to scratch up when cleaning, it's a separate part. And when everything inside is heated up, this is deforming a little bit. You can see it in here, because it expands and it really doesn't have anywhere to go. So yeah, there's that, but I don't think it affects anything. And it's done. And the lady in the video in the description with the recipe says we should wait for 15 more minutes for this thing to basically release the pressure by itself, and I think it will actually release it. We'll see if it is any more pressure when we press the button after 15 minutes. And probably the potatoes will continue to bake in there for a little bit. So yeah, we'll wait. But then again, keep in mind, the lady is not using a Tefal One Pot. She's using something different. So make sure you always treat this like it has pressure and release the pressure. Even if you open it 1 hour later, doesn't matter. Treat it like it has pressure in it. 15 minutes mark. I'm starting the extractor. And let's see. There was some pressure, not a lot, but there still was a bit of pressure in here. Let me change the hand. Does it allow me to rotate? It does. Yeah, hopefully they taste like baked potatoes and not like boiled potatoes, but we'll see about that. What I want to mention as a bad design is the fact that through there, when you lift the lid, it has the tendency to drop water in this area, which is really close to mains. That's something that I don't like, and they didn't think that properly. But anyway, be careful about it. And voila, with a bit of butter and then with a bit of cabbage brine, I think. Basically it's salt water that you put full cabbages in to ferment or something like that over winter. Needs to be cold. And these things are basically in the middle of the road between baked and boiled potatoes. It's something like when you are using an air fryer instead of frying stuff in oil in a pan. It's not exactly the same, but still really good. So yeah, much quicker to do, doesn't heat up the room as much. I like it. So this is a good while later. We are using this thing quite a lot now, and it's great. The manual itself really confusing, and initially you have the feeling that this is way too complicated. It's actually not. Cleaning is decently easy. The only thing that I want to tell you, actually two things, but first one, try to leave this open as much as possible to air out any smells that get trapped in there. Basically our is perfectly clean. We cooked in it a bunch of times and it still has a really faint cabbage smell to it. So basically we seasoned this thing with cabbage, like you would season a frying pan. So yeah, in time I'm sure that will go away, but yeah, maybe your first recipes shouldn't be something that's really strong in odor and also has grease that can go into, I don't know, the pores of this thing or whatnot, because it's weird. It's really clean. It's perfectly clean. We've cooked a lot of other things and there's still a faint cabbage smell to it. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, overall good product. And the second thing that I want to tell you, I think you can find this under Moulinex brand also. I'm not sure if they are somehow joined or whatever, but it looks identical to this one. So yeah, that's that. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. Check out my other videos, and as always, see you in the next one. Bye.